And Mayor Leeser is with me live right now. Mayor, thank you for being with us. I don't recall things ever being like this down at the border. We've seen the encampments, the tent cities. For those at home, are these immigrants that we're seeing in El Paso those who were caught and released and simply have nowhere to go?
No, when people come in and they go through the legal process of being registered, they get what's called an A number. Once you get an A number, you're free to go into the U.S. and continue to move. So if you don't go through the immigration process, then you end up through Title 42, they end up returning you. So, you know, they've been doing a really good job of making sure that everybody goes through the legal process, and the city of El Paso will continue to follow the federal laws.
But who are we seeing? I mean, who are the folks that we're seeing? We've had our reporters there. I'm sitting right next to Marky Martin, who was there in El Paso, Texas, reporting there. We've had Jorge Ventura there. Who are the folks that we're seeing just on the streets? When President Biden finally went down to the border to see what things were like down there, he visited your community. Who are the folks in those tents? Are those on the other side of the U.S. line? Are those folks in Mexico? Or are they in El Paso littering the streets and sheltering there because they don't have a home?
Well, you see right now what you're seeing and you're showing is people from in Mexico getting prepared to come in. They're under the assumption that once Title 42 is lifted at midnight, that they'll be able to come into the United States and be legal in the U.S., and that's not correct. Right now, we do have we don't have open borders, and after Title 42 expires, we still will not have open borders. There's what's called Title 8 that will be continued to be administered. Now, the difference between 42 and 8 is on 42, you went back with no consequences and you always could return. When Title 8 goes into effect, which has been in effect but not being used, once you get processed through Title 8, you will not be able to return for a minimum of 5 years. But one of the things you're talking about, the people you see in the street, these are asylum seekers that the Border Patrol is right now helping them get registered and get the A numbers and continue to move and be legal within the United States process. And then you'll see the picture you're showing there right now is people that are on the border getting ready to come in once Title 42 does expire. But it's very unfortunate they're under the assumption that once Title 42 expires, they will be legal, and that's not
true. So a lot of the immigrants who are coming here, they have no idea what Title 42 is. They don't understand what their legal rights are. They're desperate to come here, but they're just hearing rumor. You quoted Secretary Mayorkas and said that our borders are not open, that the end of Title 42 does not mean our borders are open. But we know Governor Abbott believes that's hogwash. And he and New York City's mayor actually agreed that the federal government is sleeping on this. So tell me, sir, you have the mic. What is it going to take for more federal aid for communities like yours?
Well, one of the things we have been getting federal aid from the federal government, and I'm very thankful to Secretary Mayorkas and the federal government, FEMA, to give us the aid to continue to do the work for the federal government. They're not coming to El Paso, Texas. They're coming to the United States, and we're here to help and process and do what we need. We just opened up a school that was been closed down for a while to become temporary shelter. We have a second one set up, and then we have the Civic Center to set up. Our priority as elected officials in El Paso is make sure not only that the asylum seekers, but that we keep our community safe and protect our community.
But why did you call, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we're close to out of time. Why did you declare a state of emergency? What difference does that make?
Well, when you declare a state of emergency, you're allowed to use facilities that are not set for temporary sheltering, like the two schools, like the Civic Center. And also where we can invoke that we don't have camping in the streets, and we go in twice a day right now. We go in and we clean the streets, make sure that people not only are asylum seekers, but the citizens of El Paso, there's no contaminants and there's no.
But aren't they still doing it anyway? As soon as you clean up, don't they just come right back?
Well, they do, and we continue to go out there. The Border Patrol has done the last couple of days, giving them information sheets to understand and look at how they go in to do the legal process. That's the important part. We talk about how do you do the legal process and go through the immigration process. But the borders are not open, and at midnight tonight, the borders will continue to be closed. And that's something important. But, you know, like I said, we're a border community, and we have responsibilities as a border community to the United States. But they're not coming here. They're coming to the United States, and our job is to make sure that we can have people continue to move to their destination of their choice. We're not going to send anyone to Martha's Vineyards. We're not going to send anyone to where they don't want to go. We'll send them and continue to send them where they are going because, again, they got families, they got sponsors, and people they're going to meet within the U.S.
Well, some of them do. And you're talking about local NGOs, charities that are actually busing people to places that they would like to go, that they request to go when they arrive here in this country.
Yes, ma'am. And, we work with the Red Cross. The federal government sent the Red Cross. It's been here for a couple of weeks to help us staff the NGOs, staff the diocese. And now we got Border Service Network out of Las Cruces that's come down to help us man one of the schools. So we're working as a team, and it's really important that Border Patrol, Customs, ICE, the city of El Paso, the county, we're all working as one to make sure that we're able to do the job that's required to do, but also keep the city of El Paso, our community, very safe. And
thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.